Hi, everyone. We are joined by Savannah Marshall, undisputed champion in boxing, who is getting ready to make her MMA debut June 8th for the PFL. Savannah, a lot of questions for this one. Specifically, why now? Why are you making the shift over to MMA, considering your very promising and very successful boxing career?
It was just the opportunity. It wasn't something I'd really thought about before. And the PFL come to me and basically said, "Look, have you ever thought about trying MMA? How about giving it a go and hopefully a potential matchup with you and Clarissa Shields in the cage?" So that's what got me to sign.
Mhm. With Can you take us through kind of what this entire transition has been like for you? Completely different sport, different discipline. We see a lot of uh, combat sports athletes trying to do what you're doing, uh, but can you just give us the breakdown of what you've been experiencing?
Well, to be honest, I massively underestimated um how hard it would be to transition. I literally went in there thinking, right, piece of cake. I learn a bit of takedown defense, learn how to get up off the floor, no problem. And that's not the case about at all. I've totally had to change my boxing style, my boxing stance. Um, it has been a total whole overhaul for me. Um, even the training's totally different. I've had to get a new team. Um, but it's new, it's exciting. I've been boxing for 20 plus years. So, going in the gym every day, doing the same workout, hitting the bags, the same combinations, to switch over to another sport and having to learn as a novice from scratch. It's been really refreshing. I've really enjoyed it.
So where does this leave your boxing career at this point? I mean, you're the undisputed champion at 168 pounds, coming off a great win against Franzon Cruz de Zern. Where does this leave your boxing career moving forward?
Well, to be honest, I was supposed to box in March. That fell through. Thankfully, the PFL were there and was like, "Look, do you wanna have your debut?" And I was like, "Yeah," because they've kind of filled a hole. Because if it wasn't for them, yeah, I'd probably still be sat out waiting for an opportunity to box. At the minute, I've just beat Franchin, like you said. Actually, it's coming up a year. Last July, I beat Franchin. I had an operation on my hand straight after, which put me out. I was ordered a mandatory by the WBC, Shadisa Green, and because I couldn't fight, Franchon did. Franchon fought Shadisa and beat my mandatory. So at the minute, there's no one really there for me to fight apart from Franchon again. And to be honest with you, no one really wants to see that fight. So I'm in a bit of a catch-22 where there's nowhere really for me to go in boxing apart from rematch with Franchon, rematch with Clarissa. So really, this whole opportunity's come at the perfect time.
So you see yourself as kind of an MMA fighter moving forward until the right opportunity comes along?
From June the 8th, I could call myself an MMA fighter. But yeah, this. I mean, like I said, I'm in a predicament where I have got time at the minute. I'm not pushed, um, because there's loads of girls in my weight category. There's not. So do you know what I mean? I've got a chance to have a go at MMA, see where I can go from there.
Is the promise from PFL to have that rematch with Clarissa in the cage?
Look, nothing's promised. Tomorrow's not promised. Nothing's promised. It's what would you say? It could happen. She's with the PFL. I'm with the PFL, so there is potential there for me and her to fight in the cage. Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, I think boxing fans would definitely love to see that rematch in the ring too. That was a very close fight with you and Clarissa. Looking back at it now, I've had almost a year and a half to think about it. What would a rematch look like with Clarissa this time around?
I think it'd look completely different. I'd be the winner. I'd get my hand raised at the end. I think that I think the fight was a lot closer than what the scorecards read. I really do. Even in there, don't get me wrong. I think she won definitely, but I think a couple of tweaks here and there. I think I'd get her.
Are you still able to make 160 pounds, or would that fight have to be at a different weight class?
So me MMA debut at 160. Like you said, it's been a year and a half since I've fought at that weight. And don't get me wrong, it's hard to make, but I think it's I think that's the weight for me and Clarissa. I can't make 155, and I don't think she's keen to make 160. I think she's too small.
Right. And let's talk about the transition once again. I mean, 13 wins you have, 10 of them have come by knockout. Are you imagining a similar situation where you're gonna lean on your hands here to get the job done?
I think that look, I can't rely on anything here. I think yeah, I've got a knockout punch, and if I catch anyone, I believe I hurt them. But it's not just hands. Yeah, it's legs, it's ground work. Um, I'm a striker, so really anyone's going to want to come and try and take me down. But also my opponent's a striker, so that's quite interesting. And also, look, I'm wearing 4 ounce gloves, but I'm also going to be punched in 4 ounce gloves, so that's going to be quite interesting as well.
Do you feel like your power could be a problem in MMA with these 4 ounce gloves?
To be honest, I'm more worried about my hands. There's literally nothing in them, but yeah, like I said, I think I'll land on anyone clean. I know I hurt them. 10 ounce, sorry, 4 ounce gloves, 10 ounce gloves, 100%.
I think the biggest change might be just how long this fight is, right? 5 minute rounds. You're coming from 2 minute rounds, and here you are. You're gonna need to make sure you have enough in the gas tank. What's been that preparation? What's the preparation been like for that?
It's been hard. It's been really hard. Um, Look, in boxing, I do 10 twos, which is 20 minutes. This is 3 5s, which is 15 minutes. So the way I'm working it out, the way I think of it is, right, well, I only get, instead of 9 times going to the corner and sitting on the stool, I'm only go back the corner twice. That's the way I'm looking at it in my mind. But it has been a hard transition, really has.
You know, we see a lot of people coming from MMA into boxing because, simply put, the paydays are better. How's the situation been like for you going from boxing to MMA? Could you speak on that? Is this a more lucrative opportunity for you?
Not financially. Um, no, not financially, but it was just the opportunity to try something new. Don't get me wrong, the PFL are looking after me. They are looking after me, and like I said, it's just the opportunities that come off the back of it. I feel like for me, I think MMA, it's sad to say, is bigger than boxing worldwide. I really, really do. I think yeah, you've got the likes of the Joshuas and the Tysons and the Usyks who make mega, mega money, but anyone else outside that doesn't make crazy money like people might think. I don't know really what the pay is like overall in MMA. I just think the opportunities are better.
So, with that said, do you kind of envision a complete career transition at this point, or is boxing still going to be your first love?
Oh, 100%. Boxing's still my first love. I think we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens during the year. I could be a case of getting in there and thinking, "Wow, this is me now. I want to have a good go at this," or could be a bit of, "God, this isn't for me." These 4 ounce, getting back with a 4 ounce glove around the back of the head isn't for me. Getting kicked in the face, no. So I think we're just gonna have to wait and see.